हेलो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, लाइव आ चुके हैं क्या? कमेंट करके बताएं ज़रा। ओके, सो आई वेलकम यू ऑल इन दिस न्यू सेशन। तो देखिए, आपको ऑलरेडी पहले से पता है 3 दिनों में हम 3 डिफरेंट सब्जेक्ट्स को डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, राइट? सो देर वॉज बायो ऑन डे 1, देर वॉज फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री yesterday, and this is physics today. All right, there are many students who know the agenda, but there might be some students जो कि नए ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं, तो for them the agenda is like this. So this is AIATS plus 2025 phase 2. All right, this is phase 2. Just a second. The paper which we are going to discuss is mock test 6, and it was conducted on 23 Feb 2025. All right, so this is physics session. Okay, good morning Anbu Selvan, Sumit, very good morning. All right, क्या करने वाले हैं exactly? So there are like 5 sessions or 5 slots of 1 hour each. Okay, different teachers will be there with their expertise. पहला session मैं ले रहा हूँ, after that there will be another teacher and another teacher. Okay, so क्या होने वाला है? In first session, we are going to discuss these 5 chapters. As you can see, these 2 chapters are from 12th class, right? Yes or no? These are from 12th class. And another 3 chapters, they are from 11th class. Okay? What we are going to do? We are going to discuss this questions from this paper, which was conducted on 23rd Feb 2025. But we are not just going to discuss all these problems only. We are going to build some concepts around them. Okay? Yeah. Hello everyone. Good morning. Okay, Ramu. Sir, how to revise before FTS to get a maximum marks? Okay, Ramu. There are so many techniques which you can use. Okay? तुम्हें थोड़ा सा खुद को देखना होगा कि what is the method, है ना, जो कि आपके लिए बहुत एफिशिएंट हो. ऑल राइट, तो वो आपको देखना पड़ता है. यूजुअली वॉट यू कैन डू इज गो थ्रू योर क्लास नोट्स. आफ्टर दैट यू कैन डू सम प्रॉब्लम्स और प्रैक्टिस प्रॉब्लम्स विच मे बी इन योर class notes or in your module. All right, then you can feel that you are prepared for your exam. All right, Ramu. Good morning, Lumpy, Dashrath. How to get marks in NEET? You have to solve the questions, you have to practice more and more, then only you will be able to tackle the problems in your exam. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's start with the question number 1. Shall we start? Yes? Okay. So the first question says the linear momentum P of a particle is given as a function of time t as P equal to AT square plus BT plus C, where A, B, C are constants, the dimensions of C are. Very easy question. All right. So this P is momentum, T is time, A, B, C are constants. We don't know their dimensions. That's what we have to find, right? The dimensions of CR. Now, what is the concept here? What is the concept which we are going to use to solve this question? There is term 1 in this equation, this is term 2, this is term 3, right? There are 3 terms in this equation, and we know that physical quantities with same dimensions can be added or subtracted, right? So it means if there are 3 terms, this is physical quantity 1, this is 2, and this is 3, and they should be of same dimensions, then only we can add them, right? So I can write that dimensions of P is equal to dimension of A T square, right? Should be equal to dimension of BT should be equal to dimensions of C. That I am sure of, that I know this much part, right? Now we have to find the dimension of C. So dimension of C has to be equal to dimension of P, right? And what is the dimension of momentum? What is the dimension of linear momentum? Hi Surojit, what is funny here? Right? So dimension of C has to be equal to dimension of P, right? What is the dimension of P? This is momentum, right? This is momentum. Momentum, or we can say that this is linear momentum. If this is linear momentum, what is its unit? Kg meter per second, right? And in dimensional form, we have to write m for kg, right? Mass. This m is length, so this will become L, and this will become T inverse, time. Okay? So this is the dimension of momentum, and this is also the dimension of C. So we got the answer, MLT inverse. Alright? Ramu gave the correct answer? Yes. Rehana? Yes, your answer was also correct. So this is MLT inverse. Now, ये तो समझ लिया. The question was very easy. Let's see what else we can do in this question. So as you can see, यहाँ पर C का dimension पूछा है, but in this same question, the dimension of A or B can also be asked, right? So how can we find the dimension of A or B? कैसे find करेंगे? We know the equation already. The dimension of P is equal to dimension of AT square is equal to dimension of BT is equal to dimension of C, right? Now, if I have to find the dimension of A, I can use this equation. Dimension of P is equal to dimension of A into T square. What we can do from here? Dimension of A will become dimension of P divided by dimension of T square, right? What is the dimension of P now? M, L, T inverse. We already know the dimension of momentum. What is the dimension of T square? It is T square, right? Now, the dimension of A from here can be calculated as ML will be there. This is T inverse and this is T square. This will go in numerator and it will become, okay Sanjay, I will speak in English only. Alright. T inverse and this is T square already, right? So it will go in numerator and it will become -2 again. So this will give me the answer as MLT to the power -3. Got it? Yes, Ramu. Very good. The dimension of ML, no, you have written T ki power -2. No, it should be T ki power -3. Alright? This should be ML T to the power -3. What about the dimension of B? What about the dimension of B? Okay, Ramu, sorry. I got your comment wrong actually. You are telling me the dimension of B. Okay. So first we were dealing with dimension of A. Now let us find the dimension of B. How we can solve this? So this is again dimension of P, that is equal to dimension of B into T, right? Again, you know the drill. So dimension of B should be equal to dimension of P divided by dimension of T. What about the dimension of P? This is MLT inverse divided by T. This will become dimension of B as ML T to the power -2. Any doubt in this? Yes, Rehana? Very nice. Ramu? Any doubt in this problem? This is a very easy problem from units and measurements, right? You all can solve this kind of problems, right? Okay. Let's move to the another question then. Another question is question number 2, which says in uniform circular motion, speed of a particle is 2 meter per second. What is the keyword here? Uniform circular motion. Okay, speed is given as 2 meter per second and radius of circle is 2 meter. Then the value of centripetal and tangential acceleration are respectively. Okay. See, if the circular motion is uniform circular motion, what is the name of other kind of circular motion? Tell me, what is the name of other kind of circular motion? That is non-uniform circular motion. What is the difference? In uniform circular motion, speed remains constant, and since speed remains constant, tangential acceleration has to be 0. But what about the centripetal acceleration? It is non-zero obviously, because in any kind of circular motion, direction is changing, right? That's why centripetal acceleration has to be non-zero. What about the non-uniform circular motion? What about the non-uniform circular motion? What happens here? speed in non-uniform circular motion, speed also changes, right? And that's why its AT is also non-zero. AC has to be non-zero because the direction is changing in this kind of motion also, right? So if this is uniform circular motion, we know the tangential acceleration has to be zero. Okay? As you can see, we have to find the centripetal and tangential acceleration. You can right away solve it and you get the answer as 4. 2 meter per second square comma 0 because tangential acceleration is given as 0 only in this option. Okay, right. So we already got the answer, but let's find out the value of centripetal acceleration. What is the formula of centripetal acceleration? What is the formula? Centripetal acceleration AC is equal to r omega square. This is r is radius and omega is angular speed. But do we know the value of angular speed? Do we know the value of angular speed? No, we know the value of linear speed, right? So do we have another formula for this? Obviously, we have v square by r as centripetal acceleration. One more thing is there, v is equal to r omega, right? So this r omega square can be written as r omega into omega. Yes or no? And as we know v is equal to r omega, then I can write r omega as v. So this formula will become v omega. So there are three formula: r omega square, v square by r, and v omega. Okay, these are three different form of this centripetal acceleration. Okay, which formula should we use here? Which formula? We know the radius, we know the speed or linear speed, right? So we will use this formula v square by r. Now, what is the speed? 2 meter per second. What is the radius of circle? That is also 2 meter. So AC will be equal to v square by r, that will be equal to 2 square divided by 2. That will become 2 meter per second square, right? This should be the value. So centripetal acceleration is equal to 2 meter per second square and tangential acceleration has to be 0. Okay? Any doubt so far? Are you getting this? Any doubt so far? No? Okay. Let's move to another question then. Question number 8. Assertion and reason kind of problem. Okay, so in NEET there are different kind of problems. You will see some questions which has like this, the previous question, which is a question and there are 4 options in it, right? These are objective type, directly objective type problems. Then we see some problems here which has this kind of problems or statements, that is assertion and reason. Some might contain some other statements, match the column can also be there. So there are different kind of problems which we can see in NEET exam, right? So this is AR problem. What does A says here? So assertion statement is Pascal's law is the working principle of hydraulic brakes, right? And reason is pressure is equal to thrust into area. First, let's see what is the definition of pressure. प्रेशर क्या होता है? प्रेशर इज इक्वल टू फोर्स डिवाइडेड बाय एरिया. ओके, और in some cases force can also be called thrust. So thrust divided by area. Can you tell me the given statement, reason R is correct or incorrect? Pressure should be equal to thrust upon area, right? It is thrust into area. So this statement is wrong. We haven't seen assertion statement, but we know that reason is false. Correct? Okay. Now, this force upon area, let's see what is pressure here. So if this is a surface, let's say, and its area is A. Now, if I apply force here at some angle theta, like this, what will be the value of pressure? Will it be F by A directly? Yes or no? Or will it be something else? Tell me. So pressure is equal to force upon area, but this is not direct. We cannot use this force directly here. this force is perpendicular force actually. All right. So I will resolve this force in two components. This will become F cos theta and this component will become F sin theta. Now you can eliminate this F. We have already used two components of F here. This is F cos theta, this is F sin theta. Which component should be here? Which component should be here? No. Ramu, Neeraj, this should not be F cos theta. Beta, this is F cos theta, this is F sin theta. Now, in the definition of pressure, this force is perpendicular force, right? So, it should be F sin theta. So, the pressure will become P is equal to F sin theta divided by A. Okay? This should be the answer. This is the pressure. Yes or no? Okay? So, this is pressure. We have dealt with pressure. Now, Pascal's law is the working principle of hydraulic brakes. What is Pascal's law here? What is Pascal's law? So, Pascal's law states that if we apply a force or a pressure anywhere in the liquid should be confined and continuous. So, if you increase pressure at any point, that same increment in pressure will transmit everywhere without any diminishing effect. Okay, so if I increase P pressure, let's say 1 atmospheric pressure at some point, then the increment will be exactly equal to 1 atmospheric pressure at every point inside the liquid. Okay, now ये तो पता चल गया. We know the Pascal's law now. What is this hydraulic brakes? What is this? So one machine is hydraulic brakes, which you should know. The other machine, which is based on Pascal's law, is hydraulic lift. Okay? So, अपने माइंड में क्लियर रखना है, दो चीज़ें हमें ऑलरेडी पता होनी चाहिए कि पास्कल्स लॉ पर कौन कौन सी मशीन्स बेस्ड हैं. सो वन इज हाइड्रोलिक ब्रेक्स एंड द अदर वन इज हाइड्रोलिक लिफ्ट. बोथ आर ऑलमोस्ट सेम. What we do here, that delta P, change in pressure, is equal to, I have already told you, F by A. Now, why we use these kind of machines? What is the objective here? So the objective is that I want to do some work, okay? I want to do some work, but it will require very large effort, okay? So in the output, I need very large effort, but as a human being, we have some kind of constraints, right? मैं बहुत ज़्यादा force नहीं लगा सकता, है ना? There is a limit which I can do, और the force which I can apply. लेकिन कभी कभी क्या होता है कि आपको बहुत ज़्यादा force की ज़रूरत पड़ती है. तो in that case, you use these kind of machines. So, see here. If I want to minimize my effort, my input effort, then this F should be less. Now, if this F should be less, then this area should be less, right? So I will design a machine like this, that F1 by A1 is equal to F2 by A2, because change in pressure has to be same everywhere, right? Now, if I want to minimize my effort, then I will decrease this area so that I have to put less effort here and I will get more output here by increasing the area. That's what we do in both these kind of machines, all right? So yes, assertion is true. Assertion is true that hydraulic brakes are based on this Pascal's law. All right, are you getting this? Any doubt so far? No? All right, let's move to another question then. This one is another question. Two electric dipoles of dipole moment 2 coulomb meter and 4 coulomb meter respectively are kept inside a cube of side A meter. Total electric flux linked with the cube is, and you have to tell the answer in SI units. Okay, attempt this question, everyone. What should be the answer? What should be the answer? Okay, let's analyze this problem first. So there are electric dipoles and we have to find electric flux linked with this area, which is a cube of side A. है ना? You know the concept, right? What is the name of the concept? This is based on Gauss law, है ना? This is based on Gauss law. What is Gauss law? So the statement of Gauss law is integral of E dot dA, which is also what? This is electric flux, right? So net electric flux through any area is equal to Q inside divided by epsilon naught. Okay? Right. Integral of E dot dA is equal to Q inside by epsilon naught. Okay, Rehana and Study Empire, both of you have already given the option, which is the correct option. Okay, we will see that. First, let's discuss this. Okay, so phi is equal to integral of E dot dA, which is also equal to Q inside by epsilon naught. ठीक है? अब, if there is a closed area like this, let's take this area. Now, if I say that phi 1, this is the electric flux which is entering, and this is phi 2 which is exiting. Okay, this is phi 1 which is entering, and this is phi 2. This is magnitude, all right. This is phi 1, this is phi 2. Both are electric flux, one is entering and one is exiting from this closed surface area. What should be the statement then? What should be the equation? So see here, phi net is equal to Q inside by epsilon naught. We have to find the value of this enclosed charge. Okay, so phi net is phi 1 and phi 2. There are two electric flux, one is entering and other one is exiting. Okay, what should I write? Should I write phi 1 minus phi 2 or phi 2 minus phi 1? Okay, what should I write? Phi 1 minus phi 2? Difference lena hai. So I can write phi 1 minus phi 2 also, or I can write phi 2 minus phi 1 also. But one of them is correct. Can somebody tell me which is the correct equation? Is it phi 1 minus phi 2 or phi 2 minus phi 1? Phi 1. क्या होगा? It should be phi 2 minus phi 1. See, is Q inside by epsilon naught. Why we are writing phi 2 as positive or phi 2 as first and the second term as phi 1? ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हैं? We know phi is equal to integral of E dot dA, right? So we need electric field, we need area vector, and what does it mean, this dot? What does it mean? Yeah, Study Empire, right? There should be 2 minus 1. Nancy, you have also given the correct answer. E dot dA, so E, dA, and there is cos theta, the angle between them. As you can see here, whenever the flux is exiting, it means that the electric fields are exiting from that surface. So electric field is in this direction, and for a closed surface area vector is always outward. Area vector is outward, it means that area vector is like this here for this surface, right? So the angle between E and A is 0. So EA cos 0 will make it E into A. It means it will make it positive, right? Okay. What about this phi 1? What about this phi 1? Electric field is like this, na? Because the electric flux is entering. Entering means what? That electric fields are going inside towards the surface. Okay. So electric field is like this. What about the area vector? Area vector would be like this. Why? Because for a closed surface area vector has to be outward. Okay. So this is area vector. What is the angle between E and A? What is the angle between E and A? The angle between E and A is 180 degree. Okay. So this will make it a negative. That's why you have to remember that flux entering has to be negative and flux exiting has to be positive. Okay, flux entering has to be negative and flux exiting has to be positive. That's why we have written here phi 2 minus phi 1. What would be the answer? If I have to find the Q inside, that will be equal to Q inside is equal to phi 2 minus phi 1 into epsilon naught. Okay, so we have analyzed this phi. We already know this. Integral of E dot dA, and now we know how to find the enclosed charge in a closed surface. Okay, now let's solve this question. So two electric dipoles are there. One is 2 coulomb meter and other one is 4 coulomb meter. What is this electric dipole? So electric dipole means there are two poles here. There are two charges. Okay, and this charges has to be positive and negative. Okay, there are two charges equal in magnitude, opposite in their sign, right? So if one is plus q, other one has to be minus q. And what about the distance between them? It is shown by d. So dipole moment is actually what? Charge. One charge. Okay, total charge of an electric dipole is always 0. Okay, that's why we use the charge of positive charge, that is q, into distance between them. But we also know that this dipole moment is a vector quantity and charge is not a vector quantity. Okay, so dipole moment is a vector quantity and charge is not a vector quantity. That's why we defined this d as a vector. So this d has to be vector. Now if it is a vector, then what is the direction of this d? The direction of d is from minus to plus, like this. Okay, and that's why the direction of dipole moment is also like this. Okay, the method to remember is like this, that this positive charge is positive. Okay, this negative charge has extra negative charge around it. So this positive charge, because it has less charge or less electrons with it, so it is attracting this negative charge or negative charge cloud towards it, है ना? तो इस तरह से, और this is the method with which you can remember the direction of this dipole moment, electric dipole moment. Alright, so this is P vector is equal to Q into D vector. This is the dipole moment. Now, what is the total charge? I have already told you the total charge of any electric dipole is 0, right? So whatever is the dipole moment of any dipole, the net charge would be 0. So in this cube, this is a cube. There are two dipoles. One is, let's say, here like this, and the other one is here like this. Okay, this is P1 vector, this is P2 vector. What is the net charge inside this cube? It has to be 0, right? So Q inside is equal to 0, because this is minus Q plus Q, this is minus Q prime plus Q prime, but the net charge has to be 0, and that's why phi net is equal to Q inside by epsilon naught, whereas this Q inside is 0, and hence net flux has to be 0. Okay, so the answer is very simple, 0. You already knew it, right? But we have seen this many different variations, of this question which can be asked. So we have already seen what is dipole and dipole moment. We have seen this 3 terms of Gauss law here and what are the significance of every term. We have already discussed this, that if phi 1 is entering and phi 2 is exiting, this is the flux, then how can we find the Q inside or the charge enclosed in this surface? Any doubt in this problem? Any other thing which you want to discuss here? No? Okay, let's move to another question then. Another one. The electric force experienced by a point charge of 1 microcoulomb is 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 Newton. The magnitude of the electric field at that point due to the source charge is. There is a charge, and if there is a charge, let's say this is a charge, so, or charge system, it could be a charge system too. Because of this, there will be electric field in the surroundings. Yes or no? There will be electric field in the surrounding. And if I put a charge in its surrounding, then because of that electric field, it will apply force on another charge. Simple concept. That's how we can see how electric field apply force on a charge, right? Now, what is the formula of force due to electric field? That is F vector is equal to Q into E vector. This Q is not the source charge here. Okay, remember this charge is the charge which we have put in the surrounding of that source charge. Okay, this is the electric field due to that charge. It has already produced or created this electric field in its vicinity, and then we are putting this charge Q in that surrounding. Okay, so that's how we can find the answer. So F is equal to Q into E. We know the value of force, that is 5 into 10 raised to power minus 3 Newton is equal to, do we know the value of charge? Yes, we know the value of charge, that is 1 microcoulomb. What do we mean by micro? Micro means 10 raised to power minus 6, right? Into E. Okay, I am dropping vector sign here because we already know the direction of force will be in the direction of electric field. Okay, we have to find the value of electric field, that will be equal to 5 into 10 ki power minus 3 divided by 1 into 10 raised to power minus 6. It will become 5 into 10 raised to power, this minus 6 will become plus 6 na? So this will be equal to 5 into 10 ki power minus 3. What should be the unit? What should be the unit? So E is Newton already here, okay, and this Q will come here and it will become Coulomb, right? So the unit of electric field is, SI unit of electric field is Newton per Coulomb. Do we have this kind of option here? Yes. Option 1 has 5 into 10 raised to power minus 5 into 10 raised to power 3 Newton per Coulomb. Okay. So this is it, very easy question. So you will see many easy questions in NEET exam actually. Okay, but if you know the formula, then you can solve them easily. If you don't know the formula or the concept, then it will become hard. Okay, so concepts हमें पता होना चाहिए, how to apply वो formula वो भी हमें पता होना चाहिए. Okay, very easy question. Let's move to another question then. Question number 15. If charge on a capacitor is increased by 2 coulomb, the energy stored in it increases by 44%. Okay, so there is a capacitor, it has already some charge, the charge has been increased by 2 coulomb. ठीक है, मतलब Q coulomb, let's say that Q coulomb charge was already there and then you have increased the charge by 2 coulomb. Its energy stored increased by 44%. You have to tell the original charge on the capacitor. First tell me the formula. Tanmay, sir, are going to get this level of question in NEET paper? Yeah, yes, Tanmay, you can get this kind of questions in NEET paper too. Okay, so any exam is a mixture of easy, medium and difficult problems. All right, so there will be easy questions too and there will be difficult questions too. But you have to focus on easy question solving. Okay. See, the reward is you, whenever you solve any kind of question, you will get 4 marks of each question, okay? There is no discrimination of solving easy and hard question. You get 4 marks of each question, each right question, right? So, easy questions को अगर आप solve कर पा रहे हैं easily, then you get 4 marks, very easy. Difficult questions में कई बार आप time भी लगाते हैं and even then, many a times you will find that you won't be able to solve that kind of questions, so you can skip them. और अब तो नया पैटर्न भी आ चुका है, so there will be 45 questions only, there will be no options, right? So you have to solve all the questions. You should try to solve all the questions. Yes. Everyone, Jaydev, Study Empire, Ajay, Rehana, Tanmay, Dream World, everyone. Yes. Okay, so the formula which we are going to use here is Q square by 2C. Very nice. But there are other forms also, right? So energy stored in a capacitor. Okay, I will show it by U. So U is equal to Q square by 2C. ये आपने already बता दिया, but there are other forms too ना. Q square by 2C, it can also be written as half CV square. It can also be written as half VQ. ये सब पता है क्या आप लोगों को? Do you know everyone these other forms also? How can we use these other forms, or how can we convert this into these two other forms? We can use the formula Q is equal to CV. Okay? आपको एक form पता होना चाहिए and you already know the formula Q is equal to CV. So you can convert this into this as well as this. So q square by 2c can be converted into half cv square. How? By eliminating this q. Okay, so q is equal to cv. Put here cv. It will become c square v square by 2c. C and c will get cancelled. You will get half cv square. What about this formula? Half vq. Again, you have to eliminate this c from this formula and you will get this half vq. How? So c is equal to q by v, right? So this will become q square by v square, right? It will go here and it will become half q into v. No, not square actually. C can be written as q by v. So q and q will get cancelled out and there will be v. So half v into q. Yes or no? Okay. We will solve this question. Okay. But let's see how a capacitor is charged with the help of a battery. Okay. So there is a battery. Let's say this is a battery of some potential difference V. Okay. There is a capacitor of capacitance C. Now we will connect it like this. What will happen? The energy will get stored in this capacitor. Okay. So let's say this is C and we are applying this potential difference V. We know the formula Q is equal to CV. We know C, we are given with V. So the energy or the charge on this positive plate will be plus Q and the charge on this negative plate will be minus Q, right? So this is the charge which we got here. Now, as you can see, initially the charge was 0 here and 0 here. Now we get plus Q charge here and minus Q charge here. It means that plus Q charge has transferred from this plate to this plate. Okay. Minus Q means what? 0 से minus Q होने का मतलब क्या हुआ? That plus Q charge has been transferred from this plate to this plate. Okay. And this charge has been transferred through this battery. Now, what is the work done by battery? Work done by battery. This is equal to potential difference or EMF of the battery. Since this battery has no internal resistance, I haven't shown you any internal resistance here. So this potential difference and EMF will be same here. So this is potential difference, okay, divided by charge. Charge passed through the battery. Okay. Now tell me, work done by battery, I will show it by WB. What is potential difference of the battery? This is V. And this positive charge has been flown from or transferred from negative plate to positive plate. So this is P, V, which is positive, into this is Q. Okay, this is work done by battery. Now, what is the energy stored in the battery? What is the energy stored in the battery? Oh, sorry, capacitor. Energy stored in the capacitor, as we have already seen, energy stored in the capacitor is equal to half VQ, right? We have already seen it that this is equal to half VQ and this is equal to the work done by battery is equal to VQ. It means there is a loss of, what? Energy, right? It has the battery has done the work done which is equal to V into Q, but the energy which is finally stored can be seen as half VQ. It means half of the energy has lost. What happened to that energy? Anyone? Okay, where is this energy went? So this energy is lost. Heat loss has happened actually. So heat loss is equal to work done by battery minus U. Okay. There could be another kind of questions also. Yes. Very nice. Jaydev, Ajay, Gaurav, Shri. Very nice. This energy has been lost in form of heat. Okay. Okay. So one more problem I am asking you now, that let's say initial energy was U initial, which was stored in the capacitor. I have connected a battery. Okay, this battery has done some work WB, which is positive, let's say. Okay, battery can do the negative work too, but here I am giving you that this battery is doing positive work. Initial energy stored is UI, the battery is doing positive work, and finally you will see that the energy stored in the battery is UF. This is given. What should be the value of heat loss? ये आपको फाइंड करना है, ये आपको फाइंड करना है. Usually you see that questions, most of the time question says that uncharged capacitor is there, battery लगा दिया, then we will find the value of the heat loss. But I have given you that already some charge was there, so some energy was already there, na, in the capacitor. We have connected a battery which has done some positive work, which is WB, and the final energy stored in the capacitor is given as UF. What is the heat loss here? Easy problem, but अगर आपने पहले नहीं किया है तो it might seem difficult to you, but after we will discuss this, it will become easy again. So see, energy is conserved, right? Energy is conserved. If energy is conserved, then let's say initial energy is UI, that was the energy stored in the capacitor. Then work done by battery is there. So this is initial energy stored, this is the work done by the battery, that should be equal to sum of the part will get stored in the battery, in the capacitor, sum of the part will get stored in the capacitor, and the left part or the remaining part will be lost as heat. So that's how you can find the heat loss in these kind of problems. So heat loss will become what? WB plus UI minus UF. That is the formula of heat loss. Okay, and if you see this is the formula which we are getting from here also. See here, WB is already there. Initial energy stored was 0. That's why you don't see this UI here. And this is the final energy stored in the capacitor, right? That's why you can see that heat loss is equal to WB minus U. In which kind of problem? When there was no initial energy stored in the capacitor. Are you getting this? Is it clear for everyone? Yes or no? Type your comment and tell me. Let me know that are you getting this or not. Okay. So now let's solve this question. है ना? अभी हमने आसपास की सारी चीजें समझ ली हैं. Now we can solve this question. 2 coulomb charge is increased, energy increased by 44%. We have to find the original charge on the capacitor. I am going to use this formula, U equal to Q square by 2C. Okay. U equal to Q square by 2C. Let's say the capacitance of this capacitor is C and the initial charge stored was Q. Q is increased by 2 coulomb, right? So the new energy will be U prime is equal to Q plus 2 square divided by 2. What about C? Will capacitance increases or decreases or remain same because the charge has been increased? Rehana, in which kind of problem are you asking? What will be the energy stored? Rehana, what is your doubt, beta? I have already explained this, na? This is heat loss. I have already given you this UF. Okay? I have already given you UI, UF and WB. We were asked what is the value of heat loss here. Okay? So this heat loss can be found with this formula. Okay? Or can be calculated with the help of this formula. Alright? Okay. So this is U prime is equal to Q plus 2 chi square divided by 2. Capacitance will remain same, obviously, right? It depends on geometry of the plates, not the charge or the potential difference. Okay? So this will remain same. U prime is equal to Q plus 2 chi square divided by 2C. And what about this U prime? U or the energy has been increased by 44%, na? Okay? So it will make U prime as, that is U plus 44%, that is the 44 divided by 100 into u. That will make it 1.44. So u prime is equal to 1.44 u. Can we solve it now? Yes, we can solve this. We have to find what? Q, right? So the value of u is q square by 2c. So this will become q plus 2 ka square divided by 2c is equal to 1.44 into q square by 2c. We can cancel this 2c now. So 2c can be cancelled out. This will become q plus 2 ka whole square, 1.44 into q square. I can write this 1.44 as 144 divided by 100. We can take, there are two squares here. We can take a square root of both these sides. This will become q plus 2 equal to 12 divided by 10 into q. Is it correct so far? Is it okay? Q plus 2 is equal to 12 by 10 into q. This 12 by 10 will become 1.2. So this is q plus 2 is equal to 1.2 q. Q will go here. This will become 2 equal to 0.2 q. Right? This is 2. 1.2 q minus q will become 0.2 q. So this will become 2 divided by 0.2 is equal to q. This will, okay, I am removing this decimal here. It will make 10 here. 2 and 2 will get cancelled out. The value of q will become 10 coulomb. It means original charge कितना था plates पर 10 coulomb है ना, 2 coulomb और बढ़ा दिया, then the energy stored in the capacitor has been increased by 44%. Is it clear? Yes or no? Rehana, study empire. What is q plus 2? Are you asking this doubt? This was already given in the question now, that the charge has been increased by 2 coulomb and the original charge stored in the capacitor was q. That's why we took q plus 2 here. Is it okay, study empire? Okay. Let's move to another question then. This is the last question of this session. If a screw gauge has a pitch of 1 mm and 100 divisions on its circular scale, है ना, pitch कितना है 1 mm. There are 100 divisions on its circular scale. Which of the following reading can be made from this screw gauge? कैसे solve करें? How can we solve this? ठीक, screw gauge, the working of a screw gauge we should know, right? So a screw gauge has pitch. What do you mean by pitch? So pitch is the distance moved on main scale when one rotation of circular scale is made. Okay, distance moved on main scale when one rotation of circular scale is made, है ना, that is called pitch. So pitch is 1 mm and 100 divisions are there on a circular scale. So what could be the least count? Least count is equal to, this is the formula which you can use, but the concept is very simple. 100 divisions are there. So in one rotation there would be 100 divisions covered, right? And 100 divisions are measuring this 1 mm, are corresponding this to this 1 mm, right? 100 divisions आपने घुमाया उसको, and this scale is moving with 1 mm in 100 divisions. So it means that least count should be what? Pitch divided by number of divisions on circular scale, right? Not main scale, circular scale. दो devices हैं आपके syllabus में. One is vernier caliper like this. So one is vernier caliper and the other one is screw gauge. Okay. दोनों के least count निकालने का formula different है. The formula to find the least count of this screw gauge is pitch divided by number of divisions on circular scale. Very easy. You can find the least count. But why we are finding the least count here? आपसे तो पूछा नहीं है. Okay, the question is something else. Why we are finding this least count? Anyone? Okay, so see, screw gauge दिया हुआ है. Its features are given that 1 mm is pitch, 100 division circular scale से. You are measuring this different things with the help of this screw gauge, right? आप रीडिंग कैसे बना पाएंगे? रीडिंग शुड बी करस्पॉन्डिंग टू दिस स्क्रू गेज, राइट? अब ये स्क्रू गेज का एक लिमिट होगा, है ना, उससे कम ये मेजरमेंट नहीं ले सकता. दैट्स वाई वी आर फाइंडिंग दिस लीस्ट काउंट. विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस लीस्ट काउंट वी विल बी एबल टू सी कि कौन सा रीडिंग हम लोग कर सकते हैं एंड विच रीडिंग इज नॉट पॉसिबल विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस स्क्रू गेज. ओके, सो लीस्ट काउंट इज कितना mm चला था? 1 mm. So the value of pitch is 1 mm divided by 100. It is equal to 0.01 mm. Least count. It means इससे छोटा ये नहीं देख सकते. Very nice तन्मय, precision देख करके. बिल्कुल. So in which of this option the least count is 0.01 mm? This is 1.231 mm. So it is 0.001, right? 4.746, again the least count for this will be 0.001. The least count of this option 5.46, it will be equal to 0.01. This is the answer. This is the answer. Again fourth वाले में आप देखेंगे the least count is 0.0001. ये तो definitely measure नहीं हो सकता. So we cannot measure these three measurements with the help of this screw gauge. We can only find this kind of option here, which has least count of 0.01 mm. Is it okay? Okay, so Tanmay has used a term here that is precision. What is the difference between precision and accuracy? Most of the time, है ना, जब questions को deal करते हैं, most of the time they mean the same thing, but in some questions you can be asked that what is the difference between accuracy and precision? Tell me, what is the difference? Anyone? What is accuracy and what is precision? कैसे find करें? So accuracy means measurement closer to the true value. Okay? In accuracy, you already know the true value. Okay, yeah, Dexter, accuracy is the most closest answer and precision is like approximate value. नहीं Dexter, accuracy is the correct, but precision का जो definition आपने दिया है that is incorrect. तन्मय, sir, precision is value up to final digit. Very nice, yeah, more precise. जितना अच्छा आप measurement कर सकते हैं, that is more precise, है ना, तो precision उससे निकलता है. तो accuracy बताता है how close you are to the true value. And precision means how precise you are, or in technical terms you can say कितने decimal तक आपने measure कर लिया. Okay, how many decimal places are there. It is possible that you have a very precise instrument, बहुत अच्छा precise instrument आपको दे दिया है, but आपने measurement सही नहीं लिया, तो you can be precise, but you can be inaccurate. Okay, this is also possible. Precise आप हो सकते हैं, बहुत अच्छा instrument है, precision जो है वो इसकी characteristic है, the precision of the instrument, right? But you have made so many errors, and the measurement which you have made with the help of this precise instrument can be far away from the true value, and that will made your accuracy very less. Okay, yeah. Dexter, sir, एक बार आप वर्नियर कैलिपर एंड स्क्रू गेज के रीडिंग फॉर्मूला लिख सकते हो प्लीज? या श्योर. सो हाउ डज वर्नियर कैलिपर वर्क? सो वर्नियर कैलिपर हैज मेन स्केल, राइट, एंड वर्नियर स्केल. ओके, वर्नियर स्केल. Least count, very simple, of vernier caliper, that is 1 MSD minus 1 VSD. There are two scales, main scale division and vernier scale division. So least count is 1 MSD minus 1 VSD, and how to take a reading? That is equal to main scale reading plus least count into vernier scale reading. Okay, what about the screw gauge? You already know the formula of the pitch. Screw gauge reading is main scale reading plus least count into circular scale reading. These are the two formulas. Alright, this is reading for the vernier caliper. This is the reading of the screw gauge. Okay, so this is the end of our session. I hope you have learned so many things in this 1 hour. Okay, फॉर्मूला सारे जो मैंने आपको बताए सारे के सारे आपको रिवाइज करने हैं. ऑल राइट, एनी प्रॉब्लम? So this is the end then. Okay, all right. Thank you.